Have you ever stopped to think about how words actually get their meaning? It seems pretty simple on the surface, but underneath, there's this amazing hidden system that our brain uses to decide what a word means at any given moment. So let's dive in and see how it all works.
All right, let's start with a classic puzzle. I want you to think about the word bank. How is it possible that this one, simple, four-letter word can point to two completely different things? On one hand, it's a place where you keep your money. But on the other, it's the land right alongside a river. It's the same spelling, the same sound, but they describe totally different realities. So how does our brain know which one we mean? Well, the secret isn't actually in the word itself. It's in the clues that surround it.
At our first clue is hiding in plain sight. It's right there inside the sentence. This is where the real detective work begins.
So imagine you just hear the first part of a sentence, like she went to the bank. Right now, your brain is kind of juggling both possibilities, right? Money or river. But watch what happens when we just add a few more words. To withdraw some cash. And boom, just like that, the river meaning is totally gone. The words withdraw some cash act like this powerful signpost that just snaps the financial meaning into place for our brain. Now, there's a name for this. It's called linguistic context, or sometimes cotext. It's basically the team of other words that travel with our target word. They're the ones that give it a specific job to do. So the sentence itself gives you all the clues you need to solve the puzzle. Okay, but what happens when we don't have a full sentence? What if a word is all by itself? Well, for that, we need to look for clues not on the page, but in the world around us. So picture this. All those word clues are gone. You're just looking at the single word bank. Is it about money or is it about nature? Right now, it's impossible to know. But watch what happens when we put that word out into the real world.
See how fast your brain solves the puzzle now? On the left, you see bank on a city building, and instantly you think of money. On the right, that exact same word on a wooden sign by a river immediately makes you think of nature. The word itself didn't change one bit, only its environment did. This is our second huge clue, physical context. It's all the non-word information your brain is soaking up from the location, the environment, and the whole situation. Your eyes don't just see the word, they see where that word is living. So we've got clues in the sentence, and we've got clues in the physical world, but here's the most mind-bending part of all of this. The context isn't actually out there in the world, it's inside your head. You see, we don't actually process every single detail of the world around us. That would be overwhelming. Instead, our brain builds a little mental representation of it, like a quick sketch or a map of what's going on. That map is the context. And what that really means is this. Context isn't the whole objective reality. It's only the specific details our brain decides to pay attention to. It's the stuff we notice that helps us make sense of everything.
All right, so we've looked at clues in sentences, clues in the world, and clues inside our own minds. Let's put it all together now and create one simple, really powerful rule of meaning. This table says it all, really. The form of the word, bank, it never changes. It's totally stable. What changes is our interpretation, which flips between financial and river depending on the clues we get. This is so important. The word is stable, but the meaning is flexible.
Now, for a lot of learners, especially if your native language is Turkish, the first instinct is to think that a word has just one fixed meaning. But in English, that's a trap. The real secret is this simple formula. Meaning doesn't come from just the word. Meaning is the word plus its context. Getting this is the crucial mental shift you have to make. So let's test this right now. If I say to you, I'm going to the bank, what do I mean? Am I talking about a river or am I talking about money? Take a second. What do you think?
Did you feel a little unsure? Well, if you did, you were absolutely right. It's a trick question. Without more context, like me saying to get a loan, or you seeing me hold a fishing rod, you just can't know for sure. You've just proven the main point of this entire explainer yourself.
And that brings us to our golden rule. This is the single most important thing to take away from all this. It's simply, context controls meaning. The word itself doesn't have the power, the context does. If you can remember that, you are going to unlock a much, much deeper understanding of English.
And of course, this isn't just about the word bank. It applies to thousands of words. Is cold about the temperature or someone's personality? Is light about weight or brightness? Does run mean you're jogging or that your nose is dripping? In every single one of these cases, context is king.
So now that we see how context literally creates meaning, we can start to ask an even cooler question. What happens when people use context to imply things they aren't actually saying out loud? In our next explainer, that's exactly what we'll get into, how speakers manage to mean so much more than the words they actually use. I'll see you then.